Hey, what it do, y'all? It's your boy E2 Blue coming back at you again. Um, Draft weekend. We saw the first round last night. Hope you guys enjoyed the coverage. I was at Mark's house, so I was live streaming on my channel. At the same time, he was live streaming, so I know some people probably didn't know I was live streaming, but I was on there. But we were there having fun. Just enjoying potential football coming back, right? So I know a lot of people are upset about our first round draft pick, right? Um, some people are indecisive. Some people are happy. Everybody has their different opinions, right? You're entitled to your opinion. Everybody's entitled to your opinion. But as a YouTuber, as a vlogger, as somebody that researches football, I have to get in depth and I have to bring you guys more of the situation, more of the story, um, bring you facts behind the thought process going into picking said people. Now, we know that rounds two and three are tonight. I'm gonna try to live stream. I'm gonna have my son this evening. Hopefully, he'll let me live stream. I'll try to get that done. I'll be at home tonight. But uh, we'll see what happens. Now, there's scenarios where Cowboys could trade up in the second round going forward, because there's some good guys still up there, and there's definitely some spots where they could trade up too. They have 4th or 5th round picks, so they can get rid of some of those if they want to trade off whatever they want to do, blase blase, and go from there. Um, so all is not lost. I know some of you, and I'm speaking directly to the people that are kind of upset about the Tyler Smith pick at pick number 24 last night. I understand. I understand that people are upset because he's had these issues of penalties in college, and I'll go over some of the reasons why and things of that nature. But I've went back and looked at some of his tape. His tape is really good. This guy is there's something to be excited about. Correct. I really don't think that the Jones family and Will McClay sat there and looked at this guy and was like, "Oh well, he's trash. We're just gonna pick him anyway." Um, they picked the guy more so for I call him annihilator, right? He's gonna be a guy that can help you some now, but more so for later. Because Tyron Smith is still in that left tackle spot, correct? And they view Tyler Smith as a guy to be the future left tackle for this Dallas Cowboys football team. Right now, where they're gonna put him, they're gonna actually practice him. He's gonna have reps between left tackle and left guard, because we know that the left guard position is open because Connor Williams is gone. He left in free agency, got a free agent contract to the Miami Dolphins. So he is going to somewhat battle Connor McGovern for that left guard spot. Um, at first, when I looked at it last night, I was like, I would have rather get one of the linebackers at that position, since we lost Kenyon Green and Zion Johnson. They had already got picked off the board. Penning was another tackle that they were looking at too. Penning got picked before them as well. They could have went defensive edge. They could have got George Karlaftis because he was available at the time. They could have got either Lloyd or Dean too, but Lloyd got picked up, but Dean is still out there. So if they want to, they can trade up to get Dean if they really want him in the top of the second. But there's going to be talent there because there's George Pickens, wide receiver, still available. There's still some other guys that I had on my draft board that are there for the second round too. So don't fret. So let's get more into Tyler Smith. Tyler Smith, we know that he was picked number 24 last night. He's 6'5", 324 pounds. He just turned 21 about 3 weeks ago, so earlier this month. Fresh guy. A little fun fact. When Tyron Smith was drafted in 2011 in the first round, this guy, Tyler Smith, was only 10 years old. So it's funny how fast a decade can go, right? And just seeing, like, a guy that's been in the league now, this now Tyron Smith being 31, and he's still got some tread on the tires, although he's had these injuries and back problems and things of that nature. He is closer to the end of his career than he is, you know, in front of it. But we know that Tyler is going to be a now player, and he's more than likely going to hopefully be the successor to Tyron Smith as well. So I understand the pick, and I had to go back and reevaluate it. I know that all of your issues are because of the penalties, and we'll get into that. He had 23 starts in 25 games at in his career at Tulsa. A lot of those because they didn't have some games because of COVID. Remember, you look at it like, damn, he only had 23 games in his whole career there. Yeah, because there were a COVID year. We had a COVID year, so you X out one of those years, and there you have those 25 starts. Unfortunately, last season he had 16 penalties alone last fall himself. Now, when I went back and looked at some of his Tulsa tape, you see a guy that tries hard. You see he's big, he's athletic, he's physical, he has a tremendous upside. So the reason why the Cowboys picked him is for his upside. And the Cowboys feel, Joe Philbin feels, Mike McCarthy feels that him coming in, they can help him with that. Now, I know some of you have addressed to me last night that, oh, well, we got rid of Connor Williams because he was throwing penalty or getting penalties, and we draft another guy that also gets a lot of penalties. Here's the caveat to that. Connor Williams is not as athletic as this guy here. Connor Williams has already, in my opinion, hit his ceiling. Connor Williams is not going to get any better. He's at the point where he is what he is. This guy is young, he's raw, and I guarantee you those Tulsa coaches weren't able to do what these Cowboy coaches can do in the pros to help him out. Because if you look at it, a lot of it is just him being over aggressive, right? He's a guy that has a high motor, and he's going to bowl you over. You understand? So how you fix that is hand placement, fixing his hand placement, getting him to understand when to be more aggressive and when to be less aggressive, and when to let go of the defensive end when he gets to a certain point where you know that you're going to be flagged for a penalty. So those are coachable things. It's not anything where it's like, oh, this is who he is, blase, blase, we can't fix it. That's not what that is. He's definitely coachable. He's willing to be coachable, and he's got a good head on his shoulders. So you got a guy that's willing to learn. You got a guy that's hungry. You got a guy that's athletic and has a motor. And his physicality will help this offensive line going forward. Because Connor Williams just wasn't that. He didn't really mesh well with everybody else, because everybody on his offensive line is pretty athletic. These guys know how to push and pull. You look at his tape, you see him get to the second level and making space for those running backs to get through those lanes. He was creating lanes. So he was getting these guys off of the quarterback. So and he only allowed, I think, 2 sacks in his career. He only allowed 2 sacks in his career. So for everybody talking about the whole penalties, he still only allowed 2 sacks. So I'm just saying. Like I told you, he's going to start off taking reps at left tackle and left guard. He grew up down the road from Dallas and Fort Worth. So he's back at his hometown, and he's happy to be there. And the fact of the matter, when a guy is happy, they're gonna do everything they can to play for you. Now, he's going to be in a room learning not only from Joe Philbin, but he's learning under Tyron Smith, he's learning under Travis Frederick, and he's learning under Terrence Steele, which been there, done that. Although Terrence Steele was undrafted, he had an even harder route to go than Tyler. So he's going to understand how to help him get up to snuff. So I think that he'll be okay. I got confidence in Will McClay as to why they picked him. I understand why they picked him. I know that some of the fan base was like, oh, well, we could have picked somebody else that could be more of an impact. I get that. You want a guy that's going to give you more of an impact. But this guy will give you impact now and later. He's going to give you a little bit now, and he's going to give you a lot later. So I understand the reasoning. We need an offensive lineman. A lot of the other guys got picked. He was what was left. But in some people's mock drafts, apparently Tyler was a be. I know you guys probably not gonna believe this, but some people had him actually rated higher or on the same level as Kenyon Green and Zion Johnson. But it's just because of the penalties that dropped him down. Somebody told me that he was a third round. I don't. That's a bit of a stretch. Second round, yes, not third round. He wasn't a third round. He was never a third round graded guy. I don't know who you heard that from. That was some bullshit. Whoever's mock draft that was absolute garbage. Because you look at his talent and physicality. That's late first round, top to middle second round pick. But the Cowboys felt as though he wasn't going to be there by the time they pick in the second round. So they said, you know what, we're not going to bullshit. We're going to get our guy right now. I know some of you guys heard about a team trying to trade them. So apparently, I don't know what team it was, but it was said that a team wanted to get the Cowboys to trade back and take their spot. But then Jerry said that team texted him after they picked Tyler and said, oh, be glad you didn't trade us because we were actually trying to get that guy that you picked. So I don't know. Do I believe it? I don't know. You know, it doesn't matter. No, you got your first round draft pick. Cowboys have a good track record of getting guys that are future Hall of Famers as offensive linemen. I think this guy's going to be a Pro Bowler. I believe it. So everybody just think positive. Let's not just get off of this whole negative bandwagon, and let's see what this guy can do. All right. You could chew me out all day if you want to, if I'm wrong, but I got a feeling that this guy's going to be better than we think he is. He just needs to just get up to snuff, just work on his hand placement and things, because he's aggressive, and that's what you want, because this team is athletic and they pull. This guy knows how to pull. He's great at that. So, you know, it is what it is. Let's see what we do in the second and third round, guys, and we'll get back to it. Happy draft weekend. It's your boy E2 Blue. Like, share, subscribe to the channel, and hit them like buttons, y'all, because you know the YouTube algorithm is funny, and apparently I'm out of the algorithm right now, which is why some of you guys haven't seen my videos. But hit them like buttons so I can get back into this algorithm. It's your boy E2 Blue, always keeping it real. Peace out.